Welcome in, everyone, to another edition of the AFA Live show. Major news out of Washington, D.C. Nancy Pelosi has scheduled a hearing on the so-called assault weapons ban, H.R. 1808. My name is Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President, alongside our political director, Ben Dorr. Guys, this is the fight that we've all been waiting on. Next Wednesday, Pelosi and Nads Nadler are having a hearing in the House Judiciary Committee on H.R. 1808, the assault weapons ban. Let us know where you are watching from. Pound that like button, pound that share button. Let us know, weigh in exactly where you're coming from. We'll be happy to read your name off here in a little bit, guys. But most importantly, like and share. This bill, H.R. 1808, we have broken it down for y'all. We've been perusing it throughout the day, and we've seen it even before today. It's 64 pages long. Let me repeat. This so-called assault weapons ban is 64 pages long. Ben, I know you've been looking through this bill pretty heavily. Over 200 individually itemized firearms set for banning on there, manufacturing, et cetera, et cetera. Break some of this down for everybody out there watching, and maybe we have one of them here ourselves.
Well, it's 200. It's 200 different firearms specifically named, and then they have all of these different classifications where they go, any semi-automatic pistol that does boom, 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 boom. Any semi-automatic shotgun that does boom, 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 boom. So they want to make sure that at the bare minimum, at least these 200 different firearms are banned. But if there's any that they missed, they'll all be covered under this blanket ban, which has all kinds of pistols, all kinds of shotguns, semi-automatics, the whole thing. The whole thing. So if you're sitting there, if you've ever sat there and thought to yourself, well, I'm not an AR-15 kind of guy. I'm an AK guy. And there's a lot of people like that. I have both. It doesn't matter. The whole thing is covered here. All of those guns are covered here. And this is the bill, just to be clear, what Patrick just said, this is the bill that they're going to hold a hearing on, a markup committee hearing next Wednesday, guys. This is the first time, I think, in almost 30 years that we've seen votes on an AW ban bill. That's what this is. We need you guys right away I'm going to read the list of these guns off, at least some of them, before you do anything else. If you have to go, I understand. But before you do anything else, I need you to go to this website right here. I got it short and sweet, nice and orange. StopAWB.com. StopAWB.com. And tell your congressman, tell your congresswoman, or whatever they identify as, to vote no on H.R. 1808 and get this bill shut down. I'm just going to read a couple from the top. You guys are going to know these names. You mind if I read, Patrick? Or you got something there?
Yeah, just read a few of them for sure.
So all AR types, including the following: AR-10, AR-15, Alexander Arms Overmatch Plus 16, the Armalite M15 22 long rifle, the Armalite M15T, the Barrett Rec 7, the Barrett AR-70, the Black Rain Ordnance Recon Scout, the Bushmaster ACR, Bushmaster Carbon 15, Bushmaster MOE series, the Bushmaster XM15, the Colt Match Target Rifles, Core Rifle Systems, Core 15 rifles, Daniel Defense M4A1 rifles, Devil Dog Arms 15, the Diamondback DB15 rifles, Double Star ARs, DPMS Tactical Rifles, DSA Inc. ZM4 carbines, Heckler & Koch MR556, the High Standard HSA 15 rifles, the Jesse James Nomad AR-15s. And these are just some of the Remington R-15 rifles, Rhino Arms 15 rifles, Rock River Arms LAR 15s, the Sig Sauer 516 rifles, the Smith & Wesson M&P 15 rifles, the Stag Arms AR rifles. All of these are listed, and I'm not going to bore you because I could read this list for 10 minutes probably and just sit here and go through the names. If you want me to, tell me in the comments section. But it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And at the very top here, though, I want to be clear. This says that as these would also be banned, a semi-automatic shotgun that has the capacity to utilize a magazine that is not a fixed magazine and does have any one of the following: a folding, telescoping, or detachable stock, a pistol grip or bird's head grip, a fixed magazine with the capacity to accept more than 5 rounds, the ability to accept a detachable magazine, a forward grip, and a grenade launcher. Okay, so
this
those
is crazy, man.
I mean, it's wild. And then here we are on the pistols. Any semi-automatic pistol that has a magazine that is not a fixed magazine and is one of any of the following: a threaded barrel, a second pistol grip, a barrel shroud, the capacity to accept a detachable magazine at some location outside of the pistol grip, a semi-automatic version of an automatic firearm, a manufactured weight of 50 ounces or more when unloaded, a stabilizing brace, or similar components. So there go all of the AR-15 pistols. There goes the whole thing. It goes on and on and on. Okay, guys, we need to shut this down. We need to make sure that these politicians in DC know that this vote will obliterate their careers. And at the same time, go ahead.
Yeah, let's get into the politics of this, guys, because you're going to hear people say, this can't go anywhere. No, it can't pass. But here's the thing. HR 8, it's got 212 co-sponsors. Okay, 12 co-sponsors, all Democrats right now. It takes 218 to pass a bill through the Congress, or a majority of those present, right? For this type of vote, they'll have the majority of those present, mainly because they can vote proxy when they're not there.
Right.
So why need Republicans, some Republicans at least, to help them pass it? Well, they've got Kinzinger, they've got Jacobs, they've got Maria Salazar, they've got all these same Republicans who just stabbed us in the back 2 or 3 weeks ago to help them pass this through the House. Now, next Wednesday is the committee hearing, okay? That committee is 24 Democrats, 19 Republicans, okay? They're going to pass it. They're going to get it out of there. And our sources on Capitol Hill tell us this bill, 1808, could come to the floor of the House as early as the last week of July. Then Congress goes on a 6-week reset. So right now at the American Firearms Association, if you're on our email list, you're one of our seen email today, our goal is by Wednesday or by the end of next week, really, 250,000 petitions flooded into Capitol Hill. Obviously, we're going to ask you to make calls, send emails, send email petitions, sign petitions. But sign your petition now at stopawb.com or at the conclusion of the show, guys. After you do that, either chip in and or become a member of the American Firearms Association today. And you can do that. Ben, I don't know if we have that up on the screen. Joinafa.org. That is joinafa.org. Sign your petition at StopAWB. Joinafa.org. I don't know if that's the right one, Ben, but it's something. I think we have a different T-shirt that's rocking right now. But look. We called this 3 or 4 months ago when everybody said we were crazy here at a bad thing. You know, we called it kamikaze style gun control. Kamikaze gun control, that the radical socialist Democrat gun grabbers want to ram down trouble in 2022. So they're going for it. They're going for it all. And some people will say, well, this can't pass. Well, why not? Why can't it pass the Senate? We just had 15 stab us in the back. What if we have another high-profile shooting in the guys? Of course they're going to try to push this through the Senate, Schumer and those guys over there. So stopawb.com, and a lot of y'all will... Okay, did I cut out, Ben?
Republicans just passed the biggest gun control bill in 30 years, like 3 weeks ago. So I got a couple of you in the comments section here going, ain't going to pass the Senate. Ain't going to pass the Senate. What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't think that they can't get some of those same Republicans who are retiring who don't care. They don't have to answer to GOP voters in their states anymore. There's all kinds. There's all kinds. You don't think that any of them will vote to ban your AR-15s simply because they're Republicans? We just watched them pass $750 million to bribe the states to pass red flag gun confiscation laws. So anybody who's sitting here going, hey, it's summertime, it's July, baby, there ain't nothing passing. Senate's good. We're good. Don't worry about it. They have never brought forward a bill to ban all of these guns. They have not voted on a bill like this since about the time I was born. Okay, so we need to take this deadly serious and shut it down. If we sit here and say nothing, if you don't sign a petition, if you don't send an email, if you don't contact your congressmen, your congresswomen, and these votes come up and they haven't heard from gun owners, if nobody has said anything, why should they be afraid? The NRA hasn't said anything against this bill so far. This has been out for hours and hours. I mean, the announcement, I think, may have come as early as yesterday. Not a word from the NRA. Why would they care unless they hear from gun owners to oppose this stuff? I'm going to leave this up here for you guys. Right here. Send your petition at www.stopawb.com. Guys, if we're having some connectivity issues, let us know. If we're having anything like that.
I don't know what that has been, but I think we're okay. I think it's the software is a little wanky on my side, but yeah, guys, I mean, tons of y'all are joining up right now. You're signing petitions. As I said, we want to get, as Ben was saying, put pressure on these people. 250,000 petitions into the Congress is what we want to get in there. We can see it in real time. Y'all are signing by the boatload coming on board here, guys. So sign at stopawb.com. Again, the politics of this, you have David Hogg and the crazy radical left-wing socialists demanding a vote, demanding it pass to the House, demanding to get it over the Senate. And that's what Pelosi and Nadler are trying to do here, get him off their backs, but more importantly, get the vehicle ready to ban, confiscate, and destroy our firearms. Guys, if you're just now joining us, let us know where you're watching from. Sorry, Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association, alongside our political director, Ben Dorr. We are talking about the recently announced, just today, assault weapons ban hearing that will be scheduled for next Wednesday in Washington. We will be there giving you live updates from the committee hearing room and exclusive access Hill in Washington, D.C. Guys, we're asking y'all to sign your petitions, flood the Congress with those, and then join up at joinafa.org. That is joinafa.org. Some of the new members here I want to read off. Let's see. Who do we got here? Kevin in Garner, North Carolina is in. Thank you, Kevin. Scott Head in Friendswood, Texas is in as a new member. Thank you, Scott. William Arnold of Southview, Pennsylvania is in as a supporter. There's Gennaro De Simone, I don't recognize you, from Armenia, New York.
Nice.
Is in as well. Jim in Saratoga Springs, New York is also here. Mike in Granite City, Illinois. Guys, sign your petitions, join up at joinafa.org and get involved in the fight. Again, if you're just now joining us, over 200 individually itemized firearms are set to be banned in this bill. You can read the bill. I see a lot of people asking about it. 64 pages long. If you want to torture yourself, we've done the for you and looked into it. But you've probably got one of these guns. I know we do. You've probably got one of these, Ben. And we're going to be giving out that information later, guys, probably on our page, on our email newsletter activism list, guys. So check into that. Ben, break down some of this bill just a little bit more for those of us who are, and then I think we should wrap it and get ready for the weekend, get ready to fire away next week.
Yeah, guys, I want to apologize. Facebook is screwing us right now. I know some of you are watching on YouTube as well, and in some other locations where we're streaming. But of course, it's 5 o'clock on a Friday, and
somewhere, that's right.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and Facebook is clearly screwing with us over here. I can see our signal is beautiful right now, but they're doing what they can do to shut this down. So stick with us for a couple more minutes here. I want to throw one thing up here. People keep just saying that, oh, it's just not going to pass. It's not going to pass. That might be the case. And in fact, it's probably the case. But they just got done passing the biggest gun control bill that we have seen since I was a little baby. Okay. And here's the guy who made it all happen. There is senior Republican senator from Texas, John Cornyn. There he is at the bill signing ceremony, his big celebration that Joe Biden put on for signing this gun control bill into law. And there's John Cornyn at this bill signing ceremony. The guy he's taking a picture with is a total piece of crap lefty dirtbag. You ever seen a Republican look that happy when they passed pro-gun legislation? You don't see that very often, but he is thrilled to death to have done this for Joe Biden, and he got 14 other, if I have that right, 14 other Republican senators also signed on that gun control. Okay, so you can't just sit here and say ain't gonna pass. This bill ain't gonna pass. You don't know that. We don't know that. What we do know is that if it passes, we've done everything we can do, or we will have done everything we can do to stop it. But if it passes and we did nothing because we all sat here and went, well, ain't nothing gonna happen, just fiddled our thumbs together. Well, then it's on us. And we're not gonna let that happen. So go to stopawb.com, sign your petition to your U.S. senators, to your congressmen in particular, telling them to oppose this gun control, this big bill. So I'm going to read a few more of these guns here that are listed off. Okay, so here are a few more that Nancy Pelosi and Dianne Feinstein specifically listed off as guns that will be banned if this passes. So we have the Wyndham Weaponry AR rifles, the WMD Guns Big Beast. I don't actually know what that one is. Yankee Hill Machine Gun Company Incorporated, 15 rifles. The Barrett M107A1, the Barrett M82A1, the Barrett CX4 Storm, the Calico Liberty Series firearms, the CETME Sporter. We have the Feather Industries AT9. We have the High Point carbine. They're banning the freaking High Points. It's not even funny. The Springfield Armory SAR SAR 48, the Keltec Sub 2000. I love the Keltec Sub 2000. I love it. It's a beautiful little gun. They want to ban that too. The Thompson M1SB, the Thompson T1 1100D, the Thompson T150D. There's a whole list of Thompsons, one after the other. Let's see, the Uzi Mini Carbine, the Valmet M62S, the M71S, the M78, the Vector Arms, Uzi types, the Weaver Arms Nighthawk. The list goes on and on. The Centurion 39 AK pistol. Your AKs are all gone. Your AR-15s are all gone. Your AR-10s are all gone. Virtually every single semi-automatic rifle that you can think of is outlawed under this bill.
Everything, guys. Everything.
You're sitting here saying, well, it can't pass. What happens if they take this bill and they put it on the House floor, or they have these caucus hearings, these backroom hearings and committee meetings, rather, I should say, that they have, and they say, tell you what, we're going to take all of these different guns out of the bill and we'll only ban half of them. What if, hey, you Rhino Republicans, what if we just downgrade this and we only ban like half of the semi-automatic firearms? What if we take this bill and allow you to have a pistol grip and a barrel shroud and then we pass the rest of it. You know that there are Republicans, there are Democrats of all stripes here who are willing to sign off on some version of this legislation, depending on how good or bad it is. So can't do nothing, must fight back. Go to stopawb.com, sign this, make sure your congressman gets it. These hearings are coming up next Wednesday. Okay. We thought that there was a pretty good chance they maybe wouldn't hold these hearings, but they're doing it, man. They're doing it. We have to shut it down.
Oh yeah, Ben, absolutely. I mean, I heard if you go back and watch some of these shows weeks ago, I don't think you should do that, but I was saying, I mean, like they're going to do a assault weapons ban, man. They're going to do it.
Right.
They have to do it. People like Hogg, people like these people who I mean, they're going to have people all over the place, and they're big money people, and they're demanding they do it. Okay, they're demanding they do this, and I'm just so thankful. It's been an incredible show so far today, guys. I want to read off some of the new members. I mean, you guys are speaking of lists. I mean, you guys are just pouring in here as either new supporters or current supporters. Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. There's so many people out there in politics who never thank you. They literally never thank you. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're just like, "Oh, I gave so-and-so $250," and they have never thanked me, ever. That's pretty pathetic, guys. But we like to do that here at the American Firearms Association. We wouldn't be able to fight this fight alongside you without your generous financial support. And here are some of the new supporters. We've got Bonnie in Mount Airy, Georgia is in. Thank you, Bonnie. Dennis in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania is in. Patrick in Pipersville, Pennsylvania is in. James in Knoxville, Tennessee. I hope you're not a big orange guy, James, because I'm not. Richard in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Roy in St. Peters, Missouri is in. Tim in Mansfield, Ohio. If you're just joining us, guys, those are new supporters of the American Firearms Association signing their
No, I don't know. Either Patrick's frozen or I'm frozen. Something's
We're trying to
here.
gather 250,000 petitions. Am I frozen? Getting there. You can join up at Join AFA. Am I frozen, Ben?
No, you're all right. I can hear you. Nope. Okay. Guys, I don't know what's happening here. Facebook does this from time to time. We good? Yeah, Edward said, he says, Facebook's jamming us. 100%. Ordinarily, when we have connectivity issues, it'll tell us, but our network connection for both of us is 10 out of 10. So here we go.
Yeah, man.
Here we go. I wanted to throw in there for you guys. I wanted to be clear about this. For the politicians, for the tyrants watching, do me a favor. First of all, guys, don't hit that angry button on Facebook. If you did, please go back and give us a thumbs up or a heart or something else. Facebook particularly screws with your page if all you get are angry reactions. They think people are mad about our content. And so we ask everybody, give us a thumbs up, give us a like or a love, or one of those huggy ones. Give us one of those if you can. Anything but a pissed off face. Second of all, to the tyrants and the politicians watching, we will, if you pass this bill, we will not give you our firearms. Under no circumstances am I going to take my rifles, my pistols, my shotguns, load them up into my vehicle, and drive them down to the sheriff's department and turn them in. You can all go straight to hell. I will not give you my guns. You cannot have them. If you want them, you'll have to come to my door and try to take them. And I have a feeling that there are tens of millions of Americans who feel exactly the same way. So it ain't gonna happen.
Man. Well, yeah, we will not comply. I've seen that all up and down the comment sections here today, guys. We've obviously been screwed by our Facebook friends today. But look, we're also on Rumble. We're on YouTube. Method on text as well, guys. Join up at the American Firearms Association AFA. Huge show, lots of new members. We thank y'all for that. Keep an eye out for our email newsletter. Most importantly, sign your petition opposing the so-called assault weapons ban. The bill number, if you want to look the bill up, I know a lot of y'all have been asking, is HR 1808. HR 1808. You can look the bill up there. It's 64 pages long if you have nothing else to do on a Friday night, which some of us do. Some of us have kids, right? You got to put the kids in bed and this and that. But look at the bill. You'll see all things that Ben was talking about that are going to be banned, the accessories, et cetera, et cetera. People were asking about grandfathering. They claim that everything's grandfathered in. Never believe them. Never believe them when it comes to that.
No.
That's
one of the things. That's one of the things that they did to make it palatable, right? I was just talking about that. Like if it was if it was a straight up, if the bill as written was a straight up door-to-door gun confiscation bill, they know that they would have a very hard time getting a bill like that passed. If they say, look, this isn't a gun confiscation bill, this bill is just for all future sales of all of those things. Again, there's a bunch of rhinos who are sitting there going, oh, well, I can sign off on a bill like that. Sure, you bet I can. But man, let me tell you, we've seen this many times before in state legislatures across the country. The moment they get that bill on the floor for a vote, and of course, they can do this in the markup hearing on Wednesday, all they do is throw an amendment on there and say, no, this is not for future sales. This 64-page bill, it all applies to everything that's already in circulation. And bam, the bill that we thought we were going to get becomes a totally different bill that requires gun confiscation. So, no, we don't buy this stuff as is. No, we're not going to sit here and say this bill is not as bad as it could be. No, we're not going to sit here and tell you, don't worry, the Senate has our back. They're not going to pass this bill. We're going to treat this bill like it's going to become law on Wednesday if we don't fight like hell to stop it. And if we shut it down, we shut it down. If we don't, then we did everything we can do. But sitting back and doing nothing is just, well, it's just not an option.
Exactly. And guys, take action. Get involved at stopawb.com.org. Join up at joinafa.org, guys. Check in with our social media. Check your email. Check your text over the weekend, guys. And let's beat the crap out of this thing next week. If Pelosi has the votes, she has the votes. But let's just keep up the fight. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, guys. My name's Patrick Parsons with the American Firearms Association alongside Ben Dorr with AFA as well, guys. Great to have y'all on. It's been a massive show. Tons of new members coming on board. We love y'all. And you'll see us in Washington, D.C. next week, as well as see us on Facebook Live probably Monday and throughout next week, guys. So we love y'all. Thank you for your support. And we will catch up with all of y'all soon. See you guys. Bye-bye.
See you guys.